Definitely something to look out for if we get into some of these territory standoffs. And of course, as always, you can message us in game, the chosen one, or Lupac Cast, are our characters, and you can find us and tell us if there's any fights going on. Please don't say there might be a fight. You know, your cousin's neighbor's dog said there's potentially a fight in such and such in half an hour. We need to know that there's dedicated, definite action from dedicated banger guilds. There are no special drops for this stream, but we do have the regular drops running as usual. You can expect special drops usually during the CLC or other special events. But you do get your regular Albion drops here, plus sometimes a bunch of gold codes. However, not today because we are running on a 15-minute delay as well. All of the ZVZ focus streams do run on a delay because we don't want to give away too much information, right? We don't want to mess things up for people with their big armies. They're risking a lot here. So if you want to message us again, in-game is the place. Derek and the Unholy Boys are out and about. Syndic was in flat 8, by the way, Shozen. Time's a bit tough there. I don't know. Shozen muted himself again.
I muted myself for a second.
He was sipping coffee? I don't know.
No, I had to sneeze. But I think I'm allergic to cats, which is not great. So yeah, I'm over here with Noob Slayer, but you mentioned Syndic's name briefly. Noob Slayer is going to have a little bit of small scale content. I believe there's a few people trying to get them off this hideout. But Syndic has been being pushed back now for 5 months. They've been pushed back out of their territories. The war against the Black Order really has not gone their way, and it sounds like many groups have joined in the war. Basically, every major alliance has touched on it in some way, but it really looks like the end might be near for the former PoE, as rumors are swirling.
So just regroup and go again somewhere
Where?
else. Come on. I mean, maybe. Who
So
knows?
if there's no,
Honestly.
so the thought is this, Lupac, they have no hideouts. They're down to a few HQs. They have 0 territories. They're gonna have their opportunity today to get some territory, right?
Yeah.
Maybe make a little bit of ground, but there's a likelihood that we're going to see changes in the coming months, right, towards the way that HQs function. It's been talked about on the roundtable a few times. Nothing solid has come out yet. We're still awaiting the roundtable.
I mean, yeah, I think we can't put any.
What I'll say is this: I just don't
though.
think the HQs are going to be forever a thing that you can just hold somewhere and like burrow into like a tick for 9 months when you're not really doing any real content.
This is the thing, and I've said this for a long time, Shozen, and I've been through it as well. A HQ of an active guild is near on impossible to destroy unless they want to give it up. So your only options are to just do more effort than it's probably worth to remove them, or to do to make them just not want to play out of that HQ anymore, because you need very little cause to keep it up. And the only time HQs go down is when the guild doesn't want them anymore.
No, right. So the thing though is that this alliance is going to be in a weird position. It's always been an alliance that functioned as the the strong arm of a rental alliance. There was rental going on, and groups would pay for the privilege of living in their territories, and then the army would go out there and enforce the rules. They had 3 different alliances that allowed this to work. You had the Terra, Mars, and Manga alliance. Mars became, I believe... Actually, what happened to Mars? Did Mars leave, or did Mars become strong? Bogle, do you remember?
I'm not sure. But...
Well, actually, no. So we had the strong alliance, though, ended up leaving, though. We had them quit the alliance altogether. They're now fighting against them alongside the Triple X alliance. And then you have the Manga alliance, which was thought of to be more of the rental branch, really, of the PoE overarching alliance. And they are, in a rough spot now. I don't know what's going to happen when these guys are faced every day with just trying to take something. That's not been really their strength. They haven't been oftentimes when they've been in these wars, Lupac, they've fought it by denial of content. At,
Yeah.
and that was
I,
fine
I,
because they were
yeah.
making money. And you could deny content and then go and make silver. You're still making silver through all your other means, through crafting in the Outlands because you had all those hideouts, through uh, all of your rental, through taking castles and such. But right now, they are limited in their options to make silver here now. And I don't even think they have like much in the way of old white anymore, which used to be their regular moneymaker was that they were getting all those command mammoths.
Guild silver has definitely been nerfed over the years, and silver generation. Syndic was always one who was in favor of taxing silver bags, if you
Mhm.
remember, because the
Yep.
change to silver bags hurt tax at a base level. But I mean, I do think if you want guilds to go out and fight, they also do need to have ways to make money that aren't mind-numbingly boring.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I feel like I feel like all of the solid guild incomes were absolutely crippled, and I think the problem, my issue is I think it hurt the up and coming guilds more than the established guilds that it targeted, because a lot of these guilds have so much money that these things didn't matter. The incomes were nice, but they weren't reliant on them. But guilds need to be able to fund wars at some level, and
Mhm.
without without either some mega like whale players with tons of silver bankrolling the whole operation, or a CLC winning team to fund you with, a couple of
Well,
saber
it's
tooths could
really
fund a
going the other
war.
way. Like the guilds and alliances fund those arena teams in order to get those points so that they can flex the number one at the end of the season.
Yeah, but like a CLC winning team can bankroll a war,
Yeah,
right?
but
This
like
is what I'm
they're
talking
not
about.
though. They're not doing that though. It's really the other way around. It's those groups that are fighting those wars that are
Bankrolling the
bankrolling
team, yeah.
CLC teams in order for the
We
fame
got
and
some action on Noob Slayer, by the
okay,
way.
heading back to Noob Slayer.
Rack is bearing down on the Driftwood Vale Tower.
Oh, D's nuts.
They well, yeah, the Power guys are asking whether they should OC their commander in chief.
Oh, the
Miguel of
great Noob Slayer.
Disarray 44 just for Power here. That is a lot of
Ooh.
dudes, right?
The
That is a
as
lot of
far as a
nerds.
single guild, I think they have become the strongest single alliance, like single guild in any alliance that we've had in a very
Oh,
long
there,
time.
yeah. Oh
Like
my
there's
goodness.
Elevate,
But these
people talk
guys,
about, but they just don't have the consistency of these guys. Elevate comes and goes. Kara has
well,
been here for quite a while.
I've consistently seen them walk on Weeping Repeaters here. They've already lost 4 guys to Weeping Repeaters. They nearly lost a couple more. Matt,
Okay.
like they're like, so their battle mounts are doing the right thing and trying to detonate them themselves. Looks like they got a nice little clump over on the right, but I don't know who's bearing down on them. They're going to come storming out the territory looking for something. No, they're going to come back. Oh, they sent a little a Mistwalker jacket bomb squad out, hidden
So it's
in the
not Rack
smoke.
here then? I don't see the
I did see
yeah.
some rack. Now I see a bunch of other people. It does look like they're just bunkering down against rats or something.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
see a significant force out here. It's just Para.
there's got to be something else, surely. Yeah, there's
Oh,
a huge
blob
problem
over
here.
the top. Let's see what that is.
Yeah, Smurfing Monkeys and Rack. The Dan's
Okay, the D's nuts.
Alliance. These are the D's Nuts Alliance.
Yeah.
Ah, my youngest child started saying D's Nuts to me this morning. She's learned it from her sister. She's only 3. She was like, Daddy, and I'm like, what? She goes, D's Nuts. And she looks at me. And
No,
goes,
no joke, just D's nuts.
like,
Okay.
no joke. She just says it. Like, she doesn't understand the concept of it. She just knows that her sister says it.
I'm over here on Mon JP. We're about to have some content going on over here as he's engaging right now with the Grape Alliance. These two forces have been fighting for a while. It's been nice to see the Grape Alliance getting stronger over time. I believe that's the alliance that includes Sun.
It is my
You're
boys,
home.
my boys from Sun. Not looking too healthy in this
No,
front
not
line.
at
There's
all. You know, I had to wait for
brimstone
what
after
folded.
brimstone after brimstone rains down upon them. No defensives in sight. They get a good push
Well,
towards
there's
the
a bunch of
HQ here.
defensive. They're just early, and then as the defensives wear off again, they're getting pounded by that longbow. Just a lot of DPS in that choke. I believe they're just trying to pour out of that hideout, and it's been rough. I'm gonna go take a look at that hideout, see what's going on here.
I
What is
believe
go
that's the
Why are they?
HQ. I believe that's the HQ. I don't think that's attackable. But it's where the
Okay, it's
content
an
is right now.
HQ, but why are they fighting on top of it like this? Usually, you don't fight on top of your HQ. Not in a
Well, I
choke.
don't know. Well, no, this is
Look what.
a good choke though.
Yeah, but look
I
what's
can see
happening to
why.
these guys here. This is not working out for them because on the opposite
The
side of the choke,
HQ
there
is
is
kind of
no
limit.
spread.
Yeah, there's no space actually
Yeah,
because of the
so
HQ.
this is
You're right.
it's a double choke for these guys. So they're getting pushed in the choke when they go into the choke, and they're on two separate chokes, one behind the HQ and one to the southwest of the HQ. So there's no place for them to spread. They're just getting massively hit by this area effect DPS, and that play in the choke, the 1-2 combination that they had there, the first and second wave, just absolutely decimated all of Grape, and now they are pushed out. Early loss for the Grape Alliance this morning.
Yeah, I think the call there to pull back and mount up was correct to minimize casualties. I think if they'd have just got full sended on there, it's better to lose like 20 guys like that and pull out, regroup, rather than just get wiped on that choke. And yeah, that hideout really not helping factors there, right on the choke point. So as you said, there's no way to spread, and just no way to wrap in on them.
I've moved over to D's Nuts over here. I'm on Rack over here with Arca Peach. Arca Peach getting ready to face off against Bogle has them on screen too. I think we're going to switch Mon JP to 2 as he's kind of in the cleanup mode now. Arca Peach on 1.
Yeah, I think that's done and dusted over there. Yeah, I got Arca Peach. I got Noob Slayer. I'll watch from Noob Slayer.
Noob Slayer? Okay. We can probably get Noob Slayer on 2, Arca Peach on 1, get both sides.
Are they fighting each other? Yeah, that is who's
They
fighting.
should be fighting. Actually, Arca Peach mounting up, getting ready to go. Probably doesn't want to face Noob Slayer in this
one of the
position.
battle mounts just got caught and just insta killed.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a third party in this fight? Because I wouldn't expect.
I think
run.
with these nuts, they didn't want to play low ground there. Like honestly, although they had the decent vision, Power had like the high ground and a big choke point, like which is probably better for bombing and stuff.
Okay.
Both teams trying to wrap round to the east. It looks like Power have mounted and are giving chase to D's nuts. They want to handle these nuts as quick as possible.
Well, they are a little salty from the last engagement there. They don't want to give it up.
The jokes, they just write themselves. They just write themselves sometimes. Yeah, I want to see these guys throw down. They look pretty similar sized forces. What have you got the disarray for Arca Peach weighing in at?
Well, over here at 46, so that's a pretty good.
They're slightly bigger force then.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a large cluster Q factor to be.
Well, there's also the situation like under one guild tag like that. Para is just so smooth with their engagements. They are very, very skilled, but they are going to be caught here mounted up right now. They did not get distance. They came in at a very bad angle. If D's Nuts was a little bit faster with this, they could have really made them pay. But it looks like, Para takes a nice hit there and goes and slaps D's Nuts to the ground. Rack facing a lot of DPS there on the western side of this flank, going down. Many members losing their lives here.
This is chaotic, but Noob Slayer and the boys have actually got themselves surrounded here. They got to be careful because there's a huge wrap. Like they've kind of wedged themselves in the middle of everything. They need to play the momentum here so that these nuts don't feel like turning on this, because they are. I think they're stabilizing here.
Para is split heavy though. So Para is split north and south with a small group to the south, larger group to the north. The north group is currently pushing these nuts to the west, and it's going to take a little bit of time for the rest of Para to regroup. They could even get isolated and killed down there because there's a slightly larger group of these nuts.
I don't know if you had it on camera, Bogle, with the settings, but Arca Peach was spamming heal in Say Chat. And when your shot caller has to ask for a heal in Say Chat, generally that's an indicator
This
that
is
the
a
fight
bad sign.
isn't
He
going
is
well.
currently at 94 HP, and he's running for his life. He gets his first heal here. Good to see now. But Para is right on his back heels, and he is within a good leap of a Grove Keeper of going down.
Yeah, Pyro took a few hits in that chaotic opener. But honestly, it feels like they bit off more than they could chew when they ran into them.
Oh, nice turn here, though, Lupak. Arcapeach gets some good hits onto Para, and a nice catch to the south to slow this up, but I do not believe this is a full engagement. I believe this is just still trying to create space. They did get 2.
Okay. Oh, there's a couple more going. Para losing a few bodies at the front line. Those guys may be getting a little bit cocky after those opening licks and overextending.
Arcapeach is completely separated from his party here. It's just a fleeing situation. They did not get what they needed on that turn. Look at your map now. That mini map is just covered in skulls.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, none of those are from Para there. Para is cleaning up right now, just making bank here on an early invasion day battle here. Good to see that these guys are fighting even before the timer. But Para making their presence felt as a singular guild. No rack today. Not rack. No fact today. Just splitting off on their own, because they used to be grouped with Fax. You may remember the Fax guild.
Yeah, I remember Fax. What about Escalation? Are they doing this season?
It's still a thing. Let me go check and see what Africa's doing.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I noticed there about Power is like they play with a lot of aggression and confidence, which you often need, right? Like they seem to be able to just independently fight if it's a chaotic fight. But also I'm seeing guys on like 1/3 HP from Power pushing forward. Right, you know, a lot like the average like ZVZ member will just pull back and look for a healer at 1/3.
We are currently on Sex and Flex in the Flow Alliance right here. We're on Sacra. Sacra just took a big hit here. Probably 15 members of their alliance going down for Flow, and they're currently fighting against Send, which is Shivers and Escalation. So we were just talking about Escalation. You want to know if they were here? They are still here, and it's going to be wild here. Let me see if Del is on.
There's a guy called Tutorial Complete in the middle of this fight. I like that. It's a good name. This is a real banger of a fight. So many arcane shields coming down. Some big hits coming onto Flow. Couple of casualties there from the Bremies and the Crossfire. A little bit late on the Grail because I'm seeing a lot of Clarent Blades in these fights as well. Good to see the Clarent Blade represented. It's one of my favorite weapons to play back in the day. The old Stalker Jacket Clarent Blade was so much fun.
I'm not seeing who is leading Escalation today. I'll have to take a look into that.
Oh, Escalation with the big bombs.
Another big hit onto Flow here. Yeah, you're right. Not very good defensives here from Flow.
I love that.
Himself, but
I love the shot caller ice block. It's like when the shot caller ice block and everyone around.
Where's the follow-up? Nothing. That's the difference between these two groups here, Lupak.
Look at the Escalation Behemoth. Like, was right in front of the engage, just drops the defensives as they try and engage, shuts it down completely.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they get a great catch. They get an absolutely fantastic catch, does nothing. But when you see Escalation get a good catch, it's just so much paid. Such a great follow-up.
Your shot caller needs to recognize that you can't be pushing through those behemoths. You need to
There
find
they go.
an
They
angle.
got one there. They got a nice one. Let's see if they get anything on the return there. Nothing on the return. So just a good engagement here by the Flow Alliance. They need a few more of those to rebuild their morale here in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many left in Sacra's party. They still want to throw some hands.
Nice engagement. Look at that grind going over to the west of our position here. Another big catch on center. Well defended. One death. Well defended. Really well defended there.
Escalation should have lost like 10 guys there. They were like one big DPS off of actually like dropping something big. And Sacra and his boys gonna pull back. Like Sacra's only got 5 left in his party. I think
that's not a good sign there. And I would do this too. I would pull back and reset this. What do they got left on the disarray? 49 still for Flow. Probably with the catch up on that, probably about 40. So
no, they're looking for this pocket of Escalation on the side.
I'm gonna go check and see what Escalation's bringing here.
Hellions and Stalkers running on inside. Wow, they got like clapped on by like
Only a 38. So there's a little bit of a difference between these two groups.
Oh no. Oh no. Sakra's gonna have to ice block again here.
Of course,
he doesn't want to, but he's gonna have to. And I
he's
think
gonna die if he doesn't. Yeah, he's gonna be slammed if he doesn't.
Has he not got it, or is he just very disciplined? Oh, he dodged a heal there. He's in the middle. He wants his boys to throw something back, but there's no one left to throw anything. Oh no, here's some reinforcements. Here's some reinforcements. A huge wave of flow. He's joined a new guild. He's switched sides over to Roadblock, who have just come over the top of Escalation. More like the Riders of Rohan. They have arrived. Now, can they have the same impact as Gandalf and the Riders? Nice. They get a couple of kills there. I like that. I thought Sakura was legging it, but he was just joining the other boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there's, like I said, there's so many of these guys on the field right now. They just have to get regrouped and make sure that their calls hit. They're doing a fantastic job. Bogle thinks we have Dreaded Legend on the other side calling today. Very likely. He's a quite capable shot caller for Escalation. Oh, look at that on the eastern flank there. Escalation just getting chewed up by these superior numbers. They were not expecting that. Like, as you said, the backup, the reinforcements came in and just like the Riders of Rohan, like just trampled these orcs, just crushed them. Nothing left.
This is very scrappy now, though. Like, there's no formation to this because the remnants of Sex and Flex are still poking from one side. God's Plan are now to the south, Roadblock to the north. Escalation, they're still getting the hits off, but they need to just watch this like slow burn. You know what I mean? Getting one guy picked off on each angle repeatedly just mounts up very, very quickly. You know, these forces probably are around 100 to 150 people. So every like 10-man clap is very, very big. And yeah, Escalation. They did a lot of damage to Sex and Flex, but yeah, that reinforcement timing and Sack was just running in, looking for the one-hand mace plays on that Astral Aegis as well. He's very defensive, and yeah, Escalation sent packing, but they did well considering it was them against all of the flow guys.
Yeah, that flow group is massive right now, absolutely massive. So Sen's gonna have to regroup. I do not think this will be the end of them today.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and try to find more content.
Towers have gone live, though. Just worth noting that the invasion has officially begun. Towers are now claimable, so we're going to see a bit of action over on the towers. We're going to see boss teams killing bosses. We're going to see Zergs killing bosses. And we're going to start to see the map of the Outlands light up in guild colors all over the place, or at least 50% of it.
I'm on Dominant, old name here, doing some work here, taking one of the territories right now. They're seeing would it be a Zerg taking on a territory, going full mass on it, not a specific territory team here, not a boss team. Lupac, this is just brute forcing.
No, okay, this is how they do it, right? Sometimes it's just a safer way. And also, like, you know, people have come to realize that every boss team you have is 10 guys not in your main force, and every man counts in the force. The boss teams are not equipped for ZVZ, so even if they do link up with the main force, they're not as useful as, you know, people in proper builds.
I believe Unholy has content over here right now. A bit of regrouping over here on Derek. The Chicks Alliance facing off against Grape again.
Derek, former Grape member, I believe, as well.
Former Grape. Former member of everything right now. I believe he's...
Former member of every guild in Albion.
Everybody will take him, you know. Like, he has his pick of guilds right now. Anybody will take the great Derek. Currently running the Grove Keeper, which is a little bit different. Not a lot of people running the Grove Keeper, especially not as a frontline tank. It's good to see. Big clump down here. Is he going to turn on this and get a big hit? Big stun. Where's the follow-up? A little bit ahead.
Yeah, nothing there. Some bombers came in, but a little late.
Yeah, he's just too far ahead of his group right now. But look, it did slow them down enough. Look over the top of him there. Those guys he slowed down just melted. And it does look like the Chicks Alliance is stepping on these grapes. All we're gonna have is a
Yeah.
little bit of wine at the end of this
No
fight.
turn. It doesn't look like any sort of turn happening here.
No, not at all.
I thought they still had enough to turn it around, but they kind of just scattered into the wind. People are asking about an EU server. I mean, let's get the E server launch out the way, and
Yeah, that 50 ping improvement would be worth it, right, guys?
Hey, if I could go to 20 ping, I'd do it in a heartbeat. It would have to be 20 ping for me to switch.
It's not 20 ping. Like, it's very rare that anybody has 20 ping. I have 35.
Mate, if they
ping.
put it in London, I'll be all right.
You still wouldn't have 35 ping. You're all the way in Ireland. You'd still probably have like 75 to 100.
No, I get it. I ping
easy,
like 20.
Easy. You gotta go across the channel.
London server.
Man, I don't even get 20 to DC, and I'm just down the road. It's one highway. Like there's no water in the way.
You're probably further from DC than I am from London.
Probably, it's everything's like really. Yeah, you can be in a
like,
completely different country.
You have to understand that, like, even though there's 2 countries between me and London, I'm probably closer.
Does Wales count now? Is that what you're saying?
I'm probably closer to you and your like nearest Walmart. Like, it's probably less distance.
Yeah, it's not very big over there.
We don't. Yeah, we
change nationalities. Let's see.
Some of these names. I need to turn off player names.
Yeah, like what do you do? Like you need to know who these people are.
Every now and again. So funny. I wonder if Dominus finished his tower yet. It's so slow as a Zerg. Yeah, they finally finished the tower. Well done, guys. Congratulations.
Slayer and the guys are now taking one on in similar fashion. Well, actually, it might not be New Slayer. It is Wrath over here that I'm currently on, of Para as well. Okay. I believe, let's see, M3R, do you guys have a fight? Not yet, not yet. All right. Let's see what that is.
So, one of the big mechanics of the Elite Vengeful Guardian Lord is the little ads that he spawns. So not the ones that are already around the tower, but during the fight, the boss will spawn little ad guardians, and they explode when they die. And actually, if you pull them to the boss before they die, they will explode and do a big chunk of damage to him, which is very good because the boss actually takes very little direct damage from players. True damage, such as poison pots, is a very good way to damage him. Or just really good focus single target, but generally he doesn't take a whole lot of damage. So the boss, the boss ads are the way to do a lot of damage.
We've got Triple X and Terra in the same alliance, not in the same alliance, in the same territory now. Yeah, so we're gonna hopefully see these guys turn. They have demounted. They're pulling these guys into the choke. Let's see how many of these guys take the bait and make the mistake of hanging out within range.
Who's Mayhem Corp? Because they're just riding
I don't know who Mayhem Corp is currently playing with. They might be playing alongside Black Order.
They're definitely playing with Black Order because Black Order could have wiped the entire bunch.
Yeah. And now we got Terra down below. Syndic is on our screen to the west. This is going to be a matchup between 2 Titans. This is for all the marbles.
Is it? Is there any hideouts and stuff being whacked in this?
No, not
wacky.
They're all
wacky.
All the hideouts have been whacked.
Used to call it.
Dude, all the hideouts have been whacked. There ain't nothing left of the Terra hideouts. So,
Triple X taking some hits there from
Manga coming up over the top. Manga does a nice
from
job.
The south. That's the 1-2. The Syndic 1-2.
And there's no way for their group to get any angle on this. They're the Mayhem Corp there. No angle for Mayhem Corp in this fight.
No. There was a guild in front of the bomb squad. Like Mayhem's behind the guys they're bombing for, which is not where you want to be.
That's not how you want to do it.
No, they can't.
And they're getting hit now by Manga.
And Mayhem.
They're gonna run right through Mayhem Corp because there's just not the numbers, and it doesn't look like Fortal City has an angle on this fight. He needs to go straight north now, and cut off what he can. Some of these guys are gonna die from Mayhem Corp no matter what you do.
Yeah, this is the issue. Like, and I actually like to see this, right? When you try to abuse like unallied allies, these situations where like they're spamming ally and say chat so they don't get murdered by their own
Oh,
guys.
Terra's in a choke here behind. They could have a nice engagement here, but they got slowed by a great inertial ring, working magic in stopping this engagement. That and the Grail Seeker, oof, really well done by Terra.
Oh, they hung around too long to look at their handiwork. Look at this surge forward. They're going into the next one. Again, Mayhem Corp to their north means there's no space to work with because they can't fight across each other.
They're going to try to make some space here, but look at Mayhem Corp just getting deleted by Manga over the top.
Just sitting on top of Mayhem Corp, and Black Order can't do anything but watch, right?
Nope, and they can't engage Terra because by the time Terra gets in, you've got now Manga over your top, and you're just like, which sandwich do you want to take? Who's going to be the one acting as the hammer on this anvil? Okay.
I don't know if you caught that. On the west of the screen, like, while they were pulling back, like 2 to 3 Crimson Grail Seekers slipped through the choke and just sat north. And then as Triple X tried to make a play, they were just in position, and they were just like, no chance, bud.
That's what they did in the last one, too. Really well played.
Triple X have not actually been able to do anything here. Like all they do is kite and lose people. And
it's hard to believe they're winning the war after watching a battle like this here. It's not.
They just got outplayed on the field, and now they find themselves downhill and down choke. Probably getting bombed over the wall. They're going to try and hit back here. Portal City and the boys.
Play. That is the white play, and they do some good engagement. Now they need to pull all the way back, make their opponents come down the choke, and then hit them again. Are there still Mayhem Corp there? Okay.
There's still a few of their D tanks are up there as well, trying to get them out. Nice use of the shields, nice heals, nice nice use of the occults as well. Mayhem Corp and Marcus still going at it. The thing is as soon as Mayhem Corp drops, Triple X are potentially in a lot of trouble, right? And they've given up this choke. So they're gonna look for Crimson when they go in. Looks like Terra do want to push in. Good Grail Seekers again. Man, these Grail Seekers for Terra on point. They might lose a few here in this chunk. But now, oh my goodness.
Oh, look at that.
They got to be so careful now. They could just get run at. Good.
Super careful. But this is what they're really good at here, Lupac. There aren't many as good as Foretell City of getting his team to regroup and keep pushing and getting through the danger spots. I would say like Dell is up there as well, and Noob Slayer. Those guys are really the best at the weave.
But Terra's down that choke now and has spread
Here we go,
wide.
engagement.
Look at this south wall, right? This is only one pocket of Terra, and they're just about.
Return is going to be brutal.
They're about to collapse on them from all angles right now. They've kiting along this wall is probably the best idea they can.
Yep,
but like
their angles tight.
Bodies are dropping at the back end of this pursuit, right? Look at Portal City now. Look to his west, like one by one, like they're just picking off defensive tanks. And by the time they get into a position to fight, if they don't have these guys back in the fight, they're just going to be so much weaker than they should be. They're not out of the woods. They're not out of it yet, but they're in a rough spot, definitely. They're holding
they are
good
turning
again.
On this. Good spot. Yeah, another Grail Seeker there. Absolutely fantastic. But look at that group to the southeast. If they can pump that, that's going to be brutal.
Defensive came down, heals came down, and return.
And here comes Manga over the top now. I think there's nothing left of Mayhem Corp, and now it's just a matter of time before Marcus comes in. Wexton coming in over the west side. Big hit.
Marcus gets friendly fire kills there. They friendly fired rogue natives, about 5 guys.
Well, yeah, but there were another 5 guys from Triple X who died as well.
Doing a little favor. Doing a little favor for Triple X. Black Order trying to find some space to the north.
Putting Mayhem Corp into a very bad position here. If they go behind Mayhem Corp, that means that Terra's going to go through them to get to.
I think the Mayhem Corp Dragulars. This could be nice. This could be nice. Oh, that was very, very good. Yeah. That's exactly what Marcus needed in this fight.
4 or 5 more of that in order to really make this pay. But Triple X now going to lose a couple on the return fire. Really slow to disengage from that.
I really want to see Marcus just crash into them after an engage, though. The Manga guys. I think if Terra tried to just soak and engage and clap, and then Marcus just full inside them, I don't think they can recover from that. Like, does it like Mayhem Corp does have enough people to keep Marcus at bay for now?
We do have
the manga
reinforcements
guys.
streaming across the field right now for both groups. We're going to see them try to like catch up to both parties here, which means a lot of people running through a ZVZ while mounted. We also have another cluster queue active here. It
Oh,
has
they're gonna
gone
go
from
for the
active to inactive to
manga
active
hit, but
again.
that's gonna they go for the attack onto manga. That's gonna leave them super vulnerable to Terra though on this retreat.
No, they look at their south. They are well defended there. They have players there in position. They have a number of tanks in the position to hold this.
Yeah,
I'm lucky they're holding
surprising.
court.
Yeah,
Footy.
I'm surprised Terra didn't take advantage of that. Honestly, blimey. That could have been a really good opportunity to come surging in and just drop the DPS. But Black Order and the rest of the Triple X guys holding strong. They might be getting themselves out of this sticky situation, and in fact, they're going on the offensive into Crimson, picking off a couple of healers
If you
on the
can
back.
keep pulling back, Lupac, while you get your
Yeah.
reinforcements back. Keep yourself alive. Don't overextend. Find those places where you can get 5, 10 kills. And then just keep moving back, keep moving back, keep moving back, keep the grind going. You're going to end up with a victory. And that's what it looks like this may have turned into, because Terra is fleeing the battlefield.
Yeah, does look like they're pulling out. And honestly, I think this is on them. I think they had opportunities to close this fight out down in the early stages, and just really didn't deliver that knockout punch they needed to when they had the opportunity. And I mean, you got to give credit to Mayhem Corp.
That's what I was going to say. Mayhem Corp
they
really,
held off the
really
flank.
just did a great job. Yeah,
Like,
they lost a lot of members, but they completely allowed Triple X to survive and then get a lot of those later hits and really put the pressure onto Terra and Manga as well.
It seemed like they were there to bomb, right? But they ended up just holding off a flank and doing a job there, which was good of them.
Yeah, they were very defensive in that. They did a great job keeping alive.
Heroes.
Yeah.
Right. We need another fight then. We need to get a little update on what's going on with the towers, of course.
Okay, I'm heading over to Noob Slayer. I had reports that, yep, they were going to have content over here. It looks like their opponents have mounted up, though, and it's not going to happen here.
No.
So we had Stop and Para in the same zone. Stop had mounted up. Actually, we've got a number of groups over here. So head over to Noob Slayer. We might get some content here. They might come in and try to engage with Stomp here. Stomp is mounted. Oh, mounted again. Never mind. It's going to be one of those tags. Let's keep that on the screen, and I'll go look for another bit of content.
Like you said it yourself earlier, though, they're one of the biggest and scariest forces on field right now. Stomp is dismounted, but Noob Slayer, he wants to pick his angle. We're going to see a fight here. We're going to see a fight now. Noob Slayer is dismounting inside of Stomp. Just straight up dismounts inside them. The absolute disrespect of it. And yeah, just going to annihilate them internally. And this is when you have an entire force that is well geared, well trained, and plays with confidence, right? Like, honestly, ZVZs, I think, are 75% about confidence.
Yeah,
like
100%.
If people trust their shot caller and just make the play regardless of what they think, right? You need one leader calling
one
the
brain.
shot.
Yeah.
A couple of tactically minded people feeding intel, and then you make the plays. You want
intel but no decisions. You don't want your guys like saying, I'm going to try to survive here, I'm going to fall back now. You want them to follow the orders blindly and do what they're told. We do have more content over on the 6 Alliance with Drick, who just got caught here by Waxen. So more content by Waxen here.
Content for days for season 19 kicks off, yeah? Looks like Drick is running through them here with the 6 Alliance.
Well, Manga and the Marcus Alliance are in good position. They're doing okay. Let's see if they can hold off. I think that 6 might have more than Manga at the moment.
Yeah, well, we just saw some of Manga elsewhere fighting. So
it's the same group. It's the same group. So it was Waxen and Marcus. Remember, we saw them. You saw Marcus go in and make a couple of nice plays.
That's what I'm saying. Well, this got to be the remnant.
The guys. I think this is the guys that are, the respawns. Because if you look at it, they're very far away over in Dry Vein Steppe now.
Yeah.
And they're holding their own against Drick. They're holding their own. They might even be winning this fight.
My oh, nice use of the siege bows. Here comes the manga boys though. They're gonna catch Drick, but he's gonna slip out of that one nice and quick. Gets the turn. Couple of deaths. This rock is causing a lot of problems actually. Manga kind of forced around this rock, creating a little choke point on the turn, and it gave a lot of safety. Behemoth actually slipped around the back, but they have caught it, and it's very low on HP. They can just kill this Behemoth.
Floating turtle, yeah. They could probably take it down.
I would probably just kill him for free here, just to bring him off the field, because Behemoths, their impact adds up over time, and a freebie 100%. Like that, you probably should just take it.
I think you should, absolutely. And it does look like there's another. I can't tell which one that was. I think that was a Colossus going down.
6 lose 4 on that rock there as they try to push forward. They might get a few of the tanks in return. Wow, they actually delete quite a good number of the tanks. I think it's about a 4-for-4 trade there. So pretty even Stevens as the fight continues southeast towards the exit. There's one eye on the exit potentially for the manga boys though. They could just start walking to the exit and zone out if they wanted, and quite a lot of them will survive if they make that play. But as they say, we're not done yet. They
right there. Big play in the center of the screen. Massive wipe there. Well done by 6.
Yeah, huge trade. It was Manga that made the play, but Six turned that immediately and just dropped on them.
Just finished it. That's the battle right there. I think this battle is now over. It is time to run. So many of these guys are low. They're not getting the time or the space in order to heal up. No reset in sight. Just keep flowing. But so many battle mounts.
These melee heavy Zergs, right? If you could just get your melees inside them after they engage, it's so annoying for them. And the secret is what I'm seeing here from the best Zergs is these melee DPS aren't playing inside the main force, right? They're just hovering. They're hovering on the outside, waiting for the call that the engage has been made, and then they just come in from the side or the back.
This is over now. I don't know if you saw that to the northeast of our screen there. Absolute decimation. Everybody that was over there in Manga just died on the eastern side. We do have more coming in from the west, though. It looks like more reinforcements. They're not surviving, though. I don't even know why they're coming into this fight. They're too late to make a difference.
Absolutely.
Oh, no. Oof. Well, I guess it helps you get back to your, origin, get everybody regrouped by dying. That's a possibility. Better than playing the horse simulator.
Osasmaz gonna be dropping. Always feels bad when you're like one of the last guys and then the whole Zerg just on top of you, and then they start to spam that you should uninstall or that they fornicated with your mother or whatever.
What feels worse, being the guy who dies in the first engagement or being the guy who dies at the end of the engagement?
Being the first to die in a massive ZVZ after you formed up for an hour, rode out to the fight, and you just die. No, it's when you die before the fight has started to a random weeping that your teammate steps on. And you're like, I just prepped and rode an hour. Like... for this, and then
we have to take a look at SBS Trixel here.
Trixel. Is Trixel not moving? I'm pretty sure he's usually plays with Asian guilds historically. I don't know where the player is from. I'm pretty sure historically. Snap. Look at Trixel's gear, bro.
The only things that aren't 8-4 are his 7-3 omelet and his 8-3 bag. Skimping on the bag, Bogle.
And his rabbit. And his rabbit.
And his potion too. I guess the potion too. So there's a few things here he's skimping on, but 8-4 across the board for gear.
I don't know about what Bogle thinks, but 8-4 turned out to be way cheaper than I thought it would be.
Very quickly.
I was very surprised by how affordable it was.
Yeah.
Were you taken by surprise?
I was. I think you're talking to Bogle, though.
A little bit. I haven't followed the prices too closely, honestly, because to me it's like all that super high stakes gear that's show off and HCE. But yeah,
it's showing up in the arena. Range. It's showing up in ZVZ. It's showing up in places where I didn't expect it to be. You said HCE there, but that's not where I'm seeing it. Well, I don't go to HCA. I don't know what the hell is going on there.
I just had an interesting interaction there. For something one of us said triggered my phone,
Oh
and
no.
it recorded me casting the fight as a text message and sent it to my wife, and she just replied, "Are you on meth?" I said, "Not today, not today." Yeah,
uh,
it was so.
well,
It says, I'll read this text. Here's how my phone thought the casting went. Bro, and I love the shop called Ice Block for cooler ice blocks, and everyone around it dies. Look at that. The escalation behemoth was right in front of the engage and dropped the defense, shut them down completely. That's why I just text my wife randomly.
hey, it's real. It's honest. That's some good reporting right there. That's on point.
She's getting reset day without being here. Lucky her. She doesn't even play Albion. But
No, it
sure.
doesn't. Well, she
Dominant
knows all
only,
about it just from listening from the text.
Dominant playing the Giga Brain, by the way. 8-3 gear, but only 6-2 Soul Scythe to keep those energy costs down. So he doesn't run out of energy. You shouldn't run out of energy, though, with plenty of chariots on the field, though, right? Chariots are the go-to energy. Looks like a lot of the fights are wrapping up now. Everybody's had their big massacres. Maybe we'll get one more.
Yeah, I
Sometimes a
found
couple of
some already back in Hideout, but Foretell City is trying to stock Strong Alliance right now. So we might get a bit more of Triple X versus Strong.
sometimes the Zergs that won their fights then arrange to fight each other.
Sometimes.
Like, you know, just for the banter, which is better than, you know, better than the old invasion days, where all the towers were took and then the fights were arranged afterwards. Like, at least now there's so many players. Oh, yeah, Fort L City's got some strong guys. No, dismounted at the door. No, I don't know what's going on.
Nothing gonna happen there.
No,
All
I
right.
think they were baiting to see if anyone would use cooldowns.
But we found Escalation still taking towers over in Sunfang Cliffs right now. They're massing down a elite vengeful Guardian Lord. See what the map looks like. How many of these do we still have up?
There's not usually that many available now. Well, you know, once you've gone 25 minutes past the hour, a lot of stuff is taken.
I see two so far. I see Fire Sink Trench as well. Not many, though. For sure, not many. Most of this seems to have been taken.
Yeah, there's a couple. No, those are gone.
Float Shoal Fissure as well. I'm going to actually head over there. That's generally a well-contested map.
Yeah, that was one of the ones we watched a lot of action in. So that's probably was just waiting for the wrap-up of the fighting. Or it was claimed, I imagine. Yeah, should be claimable now.
Foals are going in. Okay, I don't know them. And they are doing it the old-fashioned way. They have a boss-killing team out here. Let me see if I can get you.
The quick way. Bows and bolt casters. They actually only have 5 people, though. Like, that's right. Let's see if they know to bring the mob to the boss. They haven't got the mob on the boss. Shows that they pulled the mob away from the boss.
I saw that.
No, they're trying to pull it. No, what they doing? They're trying to leash that. Oh no, there's a force coming in behind them, I think.
Yeah, they have to move out.
Oh.
There's a group to their northeast. Who's
that? Coming in? Again? Take Off
Woohoo. I don't know them. Oh, Take Off Woohoo. I know them.
Our previous season winners.
And HLA. Okay.
Are they
going for territory or are they going for content?
Yeah, I Take Off Woohoo, not an SEA guild.
They might be. The only... It didn't work. I don't know. It was
Fast Fox with a 0, but he's run away now. Yeah, looking at the guild info for Take Off Woohoo, I would suggest that they're an SEA guild. Main language.
The only group I know that is going over would be Chips. Chips is going over mostly right now.
Okay.
There's also a couple of Australian guilds that I know are going over. Bogle,
Robin was saying he really liked the ZVZs without the battle mounts.
And that's his big reason for being over there? Okay.
Well, one of them. You know, and it's fresh and you can like... The thing is like, with the fresh server, you can grind hard and have an advantage on the field, right? If you're one of the first people with super high spec and you're bombing kids that are still tier 6, it's going to feel like... You're going to feel like a god. Whereas now, every guild has fame farms. You can get any build to tier 8 in a day in an efficient fame farm. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you just expect everybody is max spec now, and the game is played out at max spec. The fresh start just gives you that like power creep. I've got a little bit of action potentially here. Let me just check this other force.
It's wild when you get the world tour and end up on Lukovka.
Bro, go to Yasin. No, he's a healer. Oh god, I'm trying to find someone with a name that isn't horrendous. Go to Gormon. I'll put this in Albion TV. Go to this guy. There is some sort of action going on here. It seems to finish us, but don't forget with the flex show we do need to wrap up and allow for the delay. The guild mammoth were killing some Sunit guys, but there's another big force to their north. There's quite a few different forces on this screen right now. Sunit. This is a nice little small scale fight, by the way.
You put that in the wrong channel, mate.
I said it was in Albion TV.
Okay,
I said it was in Albion TV when I put it in there.
All right, that's fair. Okay, heading over to Roxius. Hey, I know that. Yeah, nice, thank you.
This is a good little small scale fight.
I like these fights. This is one of my favorite sizes when it's in that 40v40 range. But I'm looking over the top. That is not small scale. Look at that blob. That is a tier 5 over the top.
I don't know.
And
I don't know
that over there dying. That's a big battle over here. It's Fax. It's our boys in Fax. They are now solo. Let me see if I can find
this mammoth guild. This mammoth guild is level 25, by the way. This is not a small group. This is not 40 guys. We just see 40 of them.
Yeah, that's because, okay, so Fax over the top is the big guild in this battle. If we can find a shot caller for Fax.
There's way more mammoth here than we're seeing. There's way more mammoth than I'm seeing. Right now, Sunit are still fighting this little group. I think they're split into two forces, though.
I'm just watching Fax kind of just march through this group of overcharged 2. Not much in the way of defenses here. Really well done by Fax. See,
Golmon and his boys are riding. Oh, Takeoff Woohoo have just arrived behind Mammoth here. I've never seen these Mammoth guys, which is why I'm like really surprised that there's so many of them.
What did you say, Pogo? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, so Sunit to the north, Gormon and his boys to the south. He's actually playing an Execute Bloodletter, but he might give me some good vision here.
I don't have a great view of the battle. I'm just trying to get in free mode because this battle is so spread out between so many different forces here.
I mean, it's very rare that you've never seen a guild before and they just rock up with Disarray 30, no allies, right?
It happens.
How many is that?
Every day.
Can you consult the chart and tell me how many people that is, please, Bogue?
Wiki is being worked on, by the way. I went over there, saw that they've done a lot of work on crafting. What did you say it was? Level 30?
Yeah.
That's, I believe, 150. Nope, 75.
Okay, I was going to say.
That's the old one. Sorry, old.
A decent number. Yeah, Fax are also an allied as well.
Fax was with Para for a very long time. They tend to work with Para, but Para, I believe, is going for #1 this season. So Para going for their #1 border, and Fax no longer working with them. Probably still, friendly allies, if you will, but not working together on the same alliances.
Yes. Okay, it's gonna be.
Okay, thank you. Nazrun, I believe he is the GM of Fax as well, not just the shot caller. We've had him on the show before.
Where's Bertil nowadays?
Bertil Q, I don't remember where he is now. We saw him in a new guild just the other day.
It's that time of the week where Bertil gets a new guild. Is that Derek? Oh,
he's not online right now, though.
Another guy gets caught behind. Executed. Facts look like they've got this one well under control. Mammoth
Fax
and
has
Fax
really proven themselves.
they never actually connected. Both of them fought their own fights with no third parties, interestingly. There was like two big fights going on this map, which was cool. I think the Mammoth guys also, after winning their fight versus Sunit, all ran to the bank and banked everything.
I think we need to start wrapping up this show. We have another show coming up
Yeah,
at
I
the
want to get
top
some
of the
dinner
hour.
before the next show.
Yeah, we have about 15 minutes until the next show, so we do have to be very quick and get over there and take care of that one. But we also have a lot of content coming out this week. The early
East
launch of East is this week. On the 15th, you'll be able to get in if you get your the Legendaries Founders Pack. You can get in there early and get your 5 days advance. I believe you can get an advance for each of the different Founders Packs has a different early release date, and we'll give those to you soon. I just don't have them in front of me. Bogle, do you have them?
Crystal and Gold is on the 15th, and then the other two I forget.
15th is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna. What time does the server open?
We don't know, I think, but
Oh my
I would
God.
presume somewhere around downtime.
Oh my God.
I don't know how
And we're
long
going to
the
be
patch
here
or
very
anything.
early. We're going to be here at
I am.
14
Well,
UTC.
I want to be there when the server opens. I want to be
Okay.
world first. I want to be world first T8 Stone on East. But so Tuesday night, my brother's in Belfast for work. So I said I go out to dinner with my brother. I've booked a hotel in the city. So
Yeah, bring your laptop.
my mental state, and no, I'll be back in the morning, to stream. But like,
Still up? Oh god.
no, I don't know. Well, he's got work the next day, so he'll go to
Can't
bed.
stay up
whereas
all night. Yeah.
I am unemployed, so I'll just do what I want.
This guy.
But yeah, I'll be out. I was gonna have a few drinks with my brother on Tuesday night, with East launching on Wednesday. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. These are some nice fights, though. Some nice fights today. Thanks to all of our guilds for providing the content, and welcome to season 19. What a bloody way to welcome it in! Loads of fights, loads of action, and billions and billions of silver's worth of gear hitting the floor, which we like to see. Shozen and I will be back very, very shortly with the Flex PvP showcase. That'll be on in about 10 minutes as you see it. And then the boys will be here with the NA reset at midnight UTC. So that was EU reset season 19 kickoff with Lupak and Shozen. Stay tuned, keep those drops ticking, and we'll be right back with the PvP showcase.